So on the behalf of Unique Academy, I welcome you all for this introductory lecture of geography. So before starting, so few questions from my side. Who are in the first year of graduation? Okay, everyone. Others? Second year. Fine. So how many of you are from humanities background? Other science background? Remaining arts? Yeah? You fine. So it doesn't matter from which background you are, whether it is humanities, whether it is commerce, whether it is science, engineering, anything. Okay, fine. So today's lecture is about geography. So we'll understand what exactly geography is. So how we have to approach for the geography, and we'll see some syllabus for the geography. So what exactly is included in the geography? Fine. So everyone is comfortable in English? Yes. So do I need to switch to Marathi as well? No, it's fine. Completely English. Okay, fine. Yeah. So before starting, just an introduction about myself. My name is Rahul, and I'll be taking geography for the second year batch. So in the first year, we don't have geography, isn't it? So in the second year, when you will be starting with the second year, I'll be teaching you the geography. The entire section of the geography will be taught by me for the English and Marathi medium as well. So also I take agriculture as an optional in the Unique Academy. Fine. So I'm also the senior mentor over here. So we have a course called as the Unique Mentorship Program, and I hate that program as well. Fine. Yeah. So yes, coming back to our discussion. So before starting, what do you understand by geography? We have all we have studied the geography during our school days, isn't it? So what do you understand by geography? Study of Earth. Anything else? Study of physical features. Okay, fine. Anything? So what do you understand by physical features first? Mountains, against plains, plateaus, isn't it? So we understand that in the physical geography, we study about the mountains, plains, isn't it? Or the plateaus, rivers, volcanoes, everything we are going to discuss in this physical geography. But when we say that it is a geography is nothing but it is a study of Earth or the places, locations which are present on the Earth's surface. So we can say a complete structure of the Earth, isn't it? So whatever we study in the school days, that is the basic level of geography. We have understood that what are the mountains present in India as well as all over the world. What are the different types of mountains? What are the types of mountain? I'm talking about the types of mountain. We have the block mountain as well as the fold mountains. We have volcanic mountains as well, isn't it? So there are different types of mountains as well. We have studied about the different continents. So how many continents we have? 7 continents, isn't it? And how many oceans we have? 5, 4 or 5? 5. We have 5 oceans, isn't it? Okay, we have 5 oceans. So when we say the definition of geography, it is a study of world's surface, that is Earth's surface. So where exactly the mountains are located, where the oceans are being located. So what are the continents, different types of continent? So what are the different plateaus? So what are the different plains? And if you see on this, there are different locations and places, isn't it? So we don't only study about the mountains, but we need to understand where these mountains are located. When we study with respect to the world or India, you won't only study the fold mountain or the block mountains, but you study what are the different fold mountains, isn't it? So Himalaya is an example of fold mountain. Yes. So we need to understand where these fold mountains are located, or which are the different fold mountains which are present on the different continents. So say for example, we have in the North America, Rockies. In the South America, we have Andes, isn't it? So that we need to understand with the help of geography. So it is also the location The places. So there are different places again. So UPSC doesn't ask only the physical features. They ask you the locations as well of the different places, we can say. So say for example, the countries, European countries. Right now, there are many European countries which see the names in day-to-day life. Yes, we have heard about Ukraine. Yes, why? Because war, isn't it? So we need to understand where is the Ukraine. So UPSC can ask a question on this, where the Ukraine is located. So we see the different countries again. Say for example, Italy, Germany, they're in news. Yes, yes. So it's not only with respect to the world, with respect to India as well, with respect to India, because again we need to know the locations of the different cities which are present in India. So what is the location of the Delhi? What is the location of Mumbai? What is the location of Chennai? What is the location of Kolkata, Bangalore, Hyderabad? We need to understand this again. So with the help of this geography, you will be able to understand the location or the places where it is located, and which are those places located where, which are near to what? Which are near to what? Yeah, it may be equator, it may be different latitudes of the longitude. It may be the with respect to the location, with respect to the mountains as well. It may be with respect to the locations, with respect to the oceans, we can say. Yes. Is it that all the places are located only on the land surface? No, where oceans as well. So they are called as the islands. So we need to understand that islands, isn't it? So can we say in the Indian Ocean, whatever the islands are present, they will be belonging only to Asia? No? Why not? Can it belong to European countries? Okay, fine. But if you see the world map, we have on the left hand side Africa. On the northern part, if you see, it is mostly the Asia. On the right hand side, again, it is Asia or the Australia, isn't it? But where the European countries are there, they are to the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, isn't it? Then how we can say that European islands are also present in Indian Ocean? Can we say that? But they are present. But they are present. It's not that only the Asian countries are present. So the islands which belong to the European countries also, they are also present in the Indian Ocean. So you need to understand these locations. So what are the different places present where? Fine. So next is the physical qualities. So physical qualities. So what do you understand by physical qualities now? Yeah, features. So what are the different features of different, we can say physiography. When we say the physiography of India, or when we say the physical geography of world, so what are the features? Say for example, Earth. When we study Earth, you need to understand how the Earth crust is made up of. So, or the interior of the Earth. When you study the interior of the Earth, so you need to understand what exactly is present in the Earth's interior. Yes, we have core, but again core is divided into outer core, inner core, isn't it? So outer core is liquid, inner core is solid. But what makes this liquid core? Outer, it is the liquid core, and the inner is the solid core. But if you see the mantle, it is solid. Tell me. Then what is asthenosphere? Okay. So you need to understand the state of this different, we can say the layers of the earth. You need to understand what are the different qualities or the features of these layers, of what material it is made up of, isn't it? So if you compare the Himalayas and the Western Ghats, are they made up of the same material? No, they are the different material. So the qualities will be different of the Himalayas as well as the Western Ghats. So that's why we need to understand what are the different physiographic regions, the plateaus, the mountains, the plains, everything. So you need to understand how they are made up of. of what material they are made up of, or what are the qualities of. Fine. So that we study in this geography. Then we study the climate. So what is climate? Change in weather. So what is weather then? Sorry, average weather of a place. So that is called as the climate. And what is weather then? So can we say the morning weather is different, evening weather is different, afternoon weather is different? So can we say yesterday's climate was different, today's climate was different? No. So yes, so it is an average for the 30 to 40 years of the weather conditions, isn't it? That is called the climate. But what exactly we study in the climate? Okay, monsoon type of climate. So it is a general term what we discuss about the India. It is a monsoon type, isn't it? But when we say that it is a monsoon type of climatic condition, you need to understand what will be its temperature. Yes, yes. So you need to understand what will be the rainfall pattern. So you need to understand the different seasons. So in India, how many seasons we have? Three or four? Three, four? But when you see exactly, the rainy season is nothing but the part of the summer season. Yes. So when it is raining here, can you imagine it will be the hottest days in the northern India? Delhi? Yes. If you see the northern parts of India, it will be very hot. Even in August, September, it will be the hottest days in the northern India. Then why it is? Yeah. Position of the sun. It is because of the position of the sun. So you need to understand the climatic factors. So what are the different climatic conditions of a particular place? So how the winds are blowing with respect to that climate. So how it is been affected by the apparent movement of the sun. So we say na, Uttarayan चालू झालं, दक्षिणायन चालू झालं. So with respect to that, the weather also changes. Yes. So what are the different factors which are affecting the weather on the earth, or the climatic conditions on the earth? It's not only the climate we are studying, we are also will be studying the weather conditions as well. So if you see the whatever the weather conditions which will be present at the coastal region, it will be different as that of the locations which are present in the interior part of India. Yes, yes. मुंबईला weather आहे का? The climate आहे का? If you go throughout the year, it will be more or less same. Okay, in the rainy days, it will be more heavily raining, but fine. But the temperature, more or less, it will be average always throughout the year. Why? Because of its location present near to that Mumbai, isn't it? So that is the reason again. So you need to understand with the help of this climatic conditions, what will be the temperature where? So what will be the temperature near to the equator? What will be the temperature at the polar region? So how the temperature goes on changing as we move from the equator towards the polar region. Yes. So you need to understand what will be the climatic conditions at the coastal region. What will be the climatic conditions at the in the middle part of the continents or any of the country. So you need to understand again the climatic conditions as you move above. So you have Himalayas. Say for example, you have Himalayas. Is the climatic condition or weather at the foothills same as that of the higher? No, it will be different. Yes. So why this is happening? You need change in altitude. Yes, but there are different factors. It's not only the change in altitude is responsible for the change in temperature or something called as the climatic condition, but you need to understand why this is happening. So geography doesn't mean that you will just mug up and you will able to write the means answer, no, or the prelims answers. You need to understand why this is happening. So whenever you are studying something, make a habit to ask the question why this is happening and how this is happening. The sun is moving. We say apparent movement of the sun, but is sun moving? No, isn't it? Who is moving? Earth is moving. Then why sun's apparent movement is from north to south or south to north? You need to ask a question here, why? Second question is how it is happening. So once you understand this, so what you are doing, you're trying to link these things with the different changes which are taking place on the earth surface. Yes, so with the apparent movement of the sun, you can say the winds are moving. Yes, the temperature goes on changing. Yes, there has been the change in the pressure over the land as well as the sea. There you can say again there is the change in the rainfall pattern. Yes, so this is happening because of what? Because of the apparent movement of the sun. But sorry, yes, sun is stationary, but in the geographical terms, we say that it is the apparent movement of the sun towards the north or towards the south. Actually, it is the earth which is moving fine. But this difference in the seasons, why it is happening? So earth was, if say earth was rotating on the vertical axis, the same type of seasons could have been throughout the year on a particular place. But as sun's axis is tilted, 23 and a half, okay, fine. As it is tilted, the different seasons you can see. जर का हे ऍक्सिस जर का टिल्ट नसतं, परपेंडिक्युलरच असतं, तर काय झालं असतं? प्रत्येक प्लेसेसवरती तुमचे सीझन सेमच राहिले असते, चेंज काहीच झालं नसतं. भारतावरती जर काय उन्हाळा आहे तर कंटिन्युअसली वर्षभर तुम्हाला उन्हाळाच भेटला असता. बट बिकॉज इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द tilting of the earth. But you need to understand what happens when it is moving, what exactly is happening, that you need to understand. Fine? Yes. So it is not now only climate, but you need to understand how the climate is been changing. Is climate changing? Why it is changing? Movement of the, it's the movement of the earth. Sorry, yeah.
Pressure belts.
Revolution. Yes. Climate changing. Is the climate same which was present 50 years back? Is it same now? No. Why? Global warming. So who is responsible for global warming? Global warming. Who is responsible? Greenhouse. But who is actually responsible? Human activities. So whatever we do, whatever our activities are there, say for example, how you came today? Walking. Okay, fine. Eco-friendly. Okay, fine. You're reducing the carbon footprint. Fine. But many of them, they travel by bus, isn't it? By rickshaws or by those things which is making pollution. Is that pollution responsible for global warming? Is it only pollution? No. What do we do again? Cutting down of the forest. Yes, deforestation is happening. Burning of the fossil fuels for different purposes. Yes, industries are there. So whatever this electricity is there, whatever we have electricity, out of this 70% of the electricity in India, it is generated from thermal power plant. Thermal power plant depends on coal. So by the burning of the coal, you are making pollution, which is again responsible for global warming. Global warming. See, carbon dioxide is the major gas which is responsible for the global warming. But we have greenhouse gases which are responsible for this so-called global warming. So you need to understand how this climate is been changing. So what is its impact on humans as well? Not only on the humans, but also on the environment. So what will happen after hundreds of years again? Okay, melting of ice, it's now taking place. Completely fine. Who is from Mumbai? 1, 2, 3. 3 of you. Make some arrangement of the new locations for your next generation. Because after 60, 70 years, there will be no Mumbai. Yes, because of the increase in the water level, what will happen? your so-called Mumbai, it will get submerged under the sea. It will get completely submerged under the sea if the same level of pollution has been taking place. If the rising temperature, because of this rising temperature, what will happen? The sea level will get increased, and that will lead to submergence of the coastal areas. It's not only the Mumbai, but your Mumbai will be affected, Kolkata will be affected, Chennai will be affected, many of the coastal region they will be affected. Yes. So you need to understand this. So you need to understand what is the impact of the climate on the biodiversity. So-called biodiversity. So what is biodiversity now? Yes. Yes. Again, variety of living beings. Anything else? Okay. What is bio? Life. And what is diversity? Variety. Yeah. Varieties. This is nothing but the diversity of the different species which are present on the earth. And because of your so-called global warming, what is happening? This biodiversity is reducing. Yes. The last African cheetah, it was present in India in 1952. Is it present now? Okay, fine. We have different reasons for the extinction of this cheetah. Cheetah was also part of your biodiversity. Yes. But now you can see cheetah in India. African cheetah. Yes. कुठं बघितलाय? Cheetah बघितलाय आजपर्यंत? Yeah. Anyone have seen cheetah in India? No. Why? It got extinct. Majorly, it was because of the human activities, hunting activities. But now, such type of different species, they're getting extinct because of this climate change. So you need to understand what exactly is happening because of the climate change. And climate change is again affecting the so-called different components of the climate itself. Climate change is responsible for the changing in the temperature. It is affecting your rainfall pattern. Yes, it is responsible for disasters again. Yes, now we have seen the Irshagar. You must have heard about it, isn't it? One of the reason for that is the changes in the climatic conditions, heavy rainfall. Yes, so those things again, you can say it is a cyclic thing which is repeating itself. So it is a vicious cycle. So because of that change in the temperature, your global warming is happening. And because of the global warming, again, what is happening? Change in the temperature. The same thing, it is repeated again and again. Why? Climate, global warming. Fine. So how it is affecting the humans, how it is affecting the agriculture activities. Yes, you need to understand that. Then we discuss about the population as well. Yes. Fine. So what we understand in the population geography, when we say the human geography or the population geography, what we discuss in the population, fine, we discuss about the how many people they are living in a particular area, particular place, in a country, in a state, in a city, isn't it? We need to understand that. Why we need to understand how the population is? का गरज आहे आपल्याला लोकसंख्या शिकायची? लोकसंख्या to make the policies. Okay, fine. So what type of policies you need to understand? Yes, health policy, education policy. Okay, again, welfare policy. Again, what welfare policies? Okay, welfare policies is a big term, broader term. Behind, Sanga bola. Are they getting sufficient resources? So see, human activities, it is dependent on the ecosystem, isn't it? So ecosystem, if you see, it is the part of geography where we study. Yes. So you need to understand how this population is affecting the different components of the environment or the ecosystem. Yes. So what are the different needs of the population? You need to understand that. So the resources, how they are getting depleted. So when the industrial revolution started, we were unaware of about the fossil fuels, how many fossil fuels or how much quantity of the fossil fuels we have in India. That's why what happened? We started to use it in a haphazard way, isn't it? But now, in the present context, what we are doing? We are trying to save those resources, fossil fuels, isn't it? Why we are saving them? We are going for the alternate resources, decreasing, exhaustible. They are non-renewable source of energy, isn't it? If they get exhausted or depleted, we won't be able to bring them back. Your future generation will be affected, of course, fine, isn't it? But we have to use it in sustainable manner. Yes. Yes. So that's why you need to understand what are the different needs, how the population is related to ecosystem. You have to make something called as the policies. You need to understand what are the needs of the people. That's why we need to study the population again. Fine. Because the migration is taking place. Yes. Is the migration taking place? We have seen during the COVID. So what was the issue with respect to the migration? If you don't understand how the migration pattern is taking place, you won't be able to understand what exactly the policies has to be made for different people. Yes. One nation, one ration card. Have you heard about it? Yes. So why this one nation, one ration card concept has been brought? Provide the food for whom? It's not, see, already the ration card was present. Ration card was present from the previously only, isn't it? To tackle the hunger and the poverty. But now government has came up with a scheme called as the one nation, one ration card. Why? Because many of the people, they travel for their livelihood from one place to the another. Yes, but who had the ration card, they can take their food or the food grains from a particular place only, near to their locality. But what about those people who are migrating from place to place for their livelihood? How they can get it? Those people were affected. Yes. So this migration pattern was studied to understand how the people are getting affected. So what are the problems arising? So on the basis of this, the government has came up with the policy called as one nation, one ration card. Yes. So you need to understand this population. Fine. Yes. Any doubts here? No? Now why we need to study geography? So many of the points we have discussed now, but yes. So first is the understanding our surrounding. So what exactly is present in our surrounding? So you need to understand what is the climatic conditions over here. So what are the different physiographic features present around us? Yes. So you need to understand what are the different rivers present here. So whether we are staying on a plain or a plateau or a mountain region, you need to understand that. Yes. So you need to understand what is present in our surrounding. It's not only what we see on the surface of the earth, it is below the earth as well. Because if you see in the interior of the earth, different layers are present, isn't it? So most of the resources we get from where? Interior of the earth. Minerals we get. Yes. Fossil fuels are there. Yes, we get from the interior of the earth. Again, how this interior of earth is affecting so-called people? From where the earthquake generate? Interior of the earth. So if the earthquakes are taking place, will you able to understand how it will be affecting the people? Yes. Yes. So from where the volcanoes will erupt? From the interior of the earth? Yes. Yes. So if the volcanoes are present, okay, fine. Have you heard about geothermal energy?
Yes.
So what is geothermal energy? Have you heard about hot springs? गरम पाण्याचे झरे ऐकले? कुठे आहेत महाराष्ट्रामध्ये? इन महाराष्ट्र. आहेत का महाराष्ट्रामध्ये? हा, कुठे आहेत? महाबळेश्वर? हा, महाड. ओके. रत्नागिरीमध्ये तुम्हाला जास्तीत जास्त गरम पाण्याचे झरे बघायला मिळतील. So you need to understand this, that this energy can be utilized for human, for the to satisfy human needs, called as the energy, to generate the energy. So you need to understand what exactly is our surrounding, and by understanding this, the application will be made based on this. So tell me one thing: if you become an IS officer, what will be your work? What will be your work when you become an IS officer? Okay, problems, solving the problems. What type of problems do people face? Yes, implementation of the schemes. Again, women empowerment, child empowerment. Okay, fine. Again, health problems. Okay, fine. Again, child labor. Again, yes. काय काम असतात कलेक्टरचे? इम्प्लिमेंटेशन ऑफ लॉ. अजून natural calamities. Fine. Maintain law and order. Fine. So a collector is responsible for everything, whatever it is happening in the district. So he has to go for the developmental activities. He has to go for disaster management. He has to go for the administration of the complete district, implementation of the different policies of the government. It may be state government or the central government, isn't it? So you need to understand this, the surrounding. You can start to apply the things. Say, for example, now the floods are coming in India. Yes, yes. Now the floods are coming in India. So because of the heavy rainfall, in some places you have the heavy rainfall. But if you see in some parts of Maharashtra, no rainfall. Yes, or in some parts of the India itself, there is lack of rainfall. So what type of conditions we are seeing here? Are we seeing the disasters? Flood is a disaster. Drought is a disaster. Yes. But to tackle this, to address these issues, do we need some policies? Yes. So the grassroots level, we can say, or at the decentralized level, you have to take some decisions. Now the IMD has issued an alert. IMD, Internal Meteorological Department. It has issued an alert that there will be the heavy rainfall in coming 5 to 6 days. So there is a chance of the floods in India. Yes or no? Yes. So you need to understand how these floods will occur. So for that reason, you need to understand the rainfall pattern, where we are studying the rainfall pattern in the climatic conditions or the climate. Yes. If the rainfall is occurring, the most of the water, it will be drained by the river, isn't it? If it is drained by the river, but the problem is there will be the flood areas near to the rivers or on the banks of the river, firstly. So what the collector will do? It will issue a notice to the people who are living on the river banks. Yes, he will start to shift those people who are living on the river banks. Why? Because first affected area, it will be the banks of the river. Yes. Isn't it? So you need to understand that first. So what you doing? You are applying your knowledge for the disaster management. Yes. But even though the floods are increasing, what he will do? He will deploy some of the resources over there. Yes, because he know that floods will increase. Chances are higher that the floods will increase, and it can enter some of the villages. It can affect some of the cities. So he is deploying some of the forces. He is deploying some of the resources. He's taking different measures. Yes. So during this time, what will be affected during the floods? What are the different aspects of the humans will be affected? it will be understood by the collector or the so-called IS officer. That's why we need to study first geography. Yes. So in a coastal area, the cyclones are coming, but you need to understand first how the cyclones are been affected or how the cyclones are being generated. Yes, when the cyclones can reach the so-called the coastal areas. So if the cyclones are coming, how it will impact the human life? So you need to understand that, isn't it? So what type of resources you need there? So that has to be understood. So what we are doing, we are applying whatever we are understanding in the geography for the different factors. Yes, no? Yes. So now take the example of mines again. Where the mines are located mostly? Huh? In the plains. Again, mines. Chota Nagpur Plateau. Again, can we say where the forests are present? Most of the mines are present over there. No? Why not? Why always the issue will be there? To develop a mining industry, we have to relocate the tribal people. Have you heard about this? Yes. Where the tribal people mostly live? Forest area, isn't it? So can we relate that to the mines? It's a general understanding. Okay, fine. But you need to understand where the mines are located, minerals are present. You need to understand the so-called remote sensing. You need to use remote sensing, GIS. Yes, remote sensing on the GIS. So you will understand where the mines and minerals are there. But if you see the general locations, they're present mostly in the hilly areas where the forested areas are there, isn't it? But you need to understand what will happen if you cut the trees. Yeah, if the deforestation is taking place, what will be the impact of the deforestation on the local environment, local climatic conditions, local ecosystem? But along with that, you need to understand how this will be affecting the people over there, how the mines will affect the rivers over there. But at the same time, you need to understand why these mines are necessary to fulfill needs of. Yes. So you have to balance the both, isn't it? You have to balance the both. So you have to extract the mines, resources, minerals, and you have to fulfill the needs of the people. If the needs of the people are not being fulfilled, what will happen? There can be the poverty. Yes, there can be hunger. There can be lack of growth of government of India, or the India's growth will be restricted. But along with that, there can be situations which we see in the African region, Yes. So you have to balance both. So fulfilling the needs of the people, but you need to maintain the ecological balance as well. Fine. So that balance, if you are maintaining, that will help you for the sustainable development, sustainable management, or the sustainable development. So that is nothing but you are applying something to this knowledge is been applied for the management when you are becoming so-called the IS officer or any policy maker, or if you're implementing any of the policies. Fine. अजून काय doubts याच्यामध्ये? If you have any doubts, you can ask the questions directly. Okay, fine. समजतंय ना? Fine. Next is to understand the current events again. You need to understand the current events. So why exactly the climate change is happening? So first you understand the basics that carbon dioxide is responsible for maintaining the temperature of the earth, average temperature of the earth. You know, what is the percentage of the carbon dioxide? Huh? How much? 0.03%, isn't it? 0.03% is the carbon dioxide which is present in the atmosphere. Fine. But just imagine this called as 0.03% of the carbon dioxide, it is present now, that is helping to maintain the Earth's average temperature to the 15 to 16 degrees Celsius. The Earth's average temperature, whatever we have now. So now if it is increased to 0.034 percentage, this is increased to 17.5 degrees Celsius. 17.5 degrees Celsius. Just see how much? 0.03 to 0.04. Sorry, 0.034. Now, if it is increased to 0.04%, just imagine what will be the impact. Drastic change in the temperature. See, no doubt, after a few thousands of years, there will be no humans on this earth. It is sure shot. ते डायनोसॉर वाचू नाही शकले, आपण काय वाचणार आहोत? जे काय आपण आता बघतोय, गंगा रिव्हर असू दे किंवा तुमचे प्लेन्स आहेत, ते काही वर्षानंतर नसणार आहेत. सो कॉल्ड एज द प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स. सो कॉल्ड एज द प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स. प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स वगैरे जेव्हा तुम्ही शिकाल तेव्हा तुम्हाला समजेल की काही वर्षानंतर, आफ्टर thousands of years, you can say, the plains, whatever the plains which are present now, they won't be there at all. You know what is the height of the Himalayas now? It is 4849. It is increasing each year. But this height is increasing each year. But along with that, you know that India is losing 5 centimeters of land each year. Yes. India is also moving towards the northern side. Yes. In the northern direction, India is also moving. And India is losing 5 centimeters of the land each year. So can we say because of that Himalayan height is increasing? The area of India is reducing? The area of Indian Ocean is expanding? Yes. Yeah. But each year 5 centimeters, the land if you're losing, can we say in the thousands of years, most of the part of the Ganga plain, it will be under Himalayas? It will be under Himalayas, isn't it? So it is the plate tectonics. But here again, the current events you need to understand. Recently, there was the Joshimath incidents. I think so most of you have heard about that Joshimath incidents. Yes? Yes. Irshadgarh, we will take the example of Irshadgarh. You need to understand why these landslides have been taking place. Landslides have been taking place. If you have to stop this type of events, you need to understand what exactly geography or what is the impact of these human activities on this natural incidences or natural events. Because human activities is responsible for increase in the, you can say, the natural disasters or the hazards have been increasing. So the landslides, what we see now in the Himalayan region, they were not so frequent as they are now. काही दिवसांपूर्वी the so-called Pune-Mumbai expressway was closed for 2 hours. Now it is frequently being closed. Why? Because of the landslides? Yes. But are these landslides, can we say they are more or less because of the human activities? Yes. So it is not only the deforestation or the overgrazing, it is because of the constructional activities. Yes. So whenever you have to do certain constructions, you need to first study that area. You have to study the geological aspects of that rocks. Yes, whether we can build some of the tunnels over here or not, whether it is feasible to build the roads or not here. Yes, now India has stopped to build the dams in Himalayan region. Why? Because Himalayan region is tectonically active. Each year, earthquakes, hundreds of earthquakes, it is experiencing. If you build major dams, what will happen? The frequency will increase over there again more because you are changing the balance again. It will get increased. But this current events, whatever it is happening, it is majorly because of the human activities. And that you need to understand why. Because for the disaster management, it may be for the different policies. We say the sustainable tourism. We say the ecotourism, go for the ecotourism. We say for the sustainable tourism, we need to do developmental activities which are present. Now you have to go for the sustainable development, isn't it? So you have to link the geography to the current events. Why this exactly is happening? So it is not only with respect to the natural events, natural disaster, but it is also with respect to the, you can say, geopolitics as well. So everywhere, if you see, there is no relation of USA with Indian Ocean. Yes, with respect to the location. USA is related morely to the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean, not with respect to the Indian Ocean. Even though, why USA is more interested in the Indian Ocean? He is not at all interested in Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Why? He is more interested in so-called Indian Ocean. Japan is more interested in Indian Ocean. Australia is more interested in Indian Ocean. Why? Hmm? No, it's not with respect to war. War is different thing, completely different. There is very less probability that there will be the third world war within coming years. Yeah, it is the, you can say, trade is there. Then why trade? It is increasing only in the Indian Ocean. Why not in the other areas? Population. Now, are you getting that how population is related to some activities? Yes. Now, population in the so-called Southeast Asian countries, it is increasing, but it is not only with respect to the population. Africa has also a lot of population, but why only Southeast Asia or the Asian countries? Because South Asian countries or this Asian countries, they're emerging economies. So whatever the per capita income it is there, it is increasing in the South Asian countries, Southeast Asian countries. The African countries, they are poor. Already they are suffering from the civil wars, isn't it? They're very poor. They don't have the market over there. Will they have the market over there? No. They don't. African countries, they don't have major markets for the European companies or for the American companies. So they are more interested in Southeast Asian countries. Why? Because here emerging market is there, population is high. So if they have the market, obviously they will be interested in this region. So if you see 70% of the world trade, it passes through Indian Ocean. Yes, it is passing through Indian Ocean. Now see the location of India. So it is the Arabian Sea. Here is the Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. Here is somewhere Australia, and here your Southeast Asian countries. Now major trade routes, they are passing from here. Yes. Now it is said that one who is controlling the Indian Ocean will control the entire trade. So who is the major power here? India. So how the India's relation with USA is? Now they are in a positive direction. Don't worry about the previous things, how it was. But discuss right now how it is. It is going in a positive direction. How India's relationship with Japan is positive. How the relations of India is with Russia. How the India-Australia's relations are there. Just to see, this is happening because why? India is a major power in Indian Ocean. Then why not India and China? Neutral. So we can say India, China, enemy states. Then why not India and China? They are having good relations. China doesn't have direct access to Indian Ocean, is it? Yes. Even though, then why China and India's relations are not very good? Because China wants control over Indian Ocean. China is more concerned with the Indian Ocean. Now again, China is saying that Arunachal Pradesh part is of us. Yes, you know, India-China war was fought when? 1962. China had already the Arunachal Pradesh, but it went back. It went back. त्यावेळेला चायनाला जर वाटलं असतं की अरुणाचल प्रदेश आमच्या ठेवायचं ते ठेवून घेऊ शकला असता, but it went back. Then why now China is again interested in Arunachal Pradesh? Which river is common between China? Brahmaputra? Yes. So if you see the major course of the Brahmaputra, it passes from 80% of the Brahmaputra passes from China's Tibetan part. Yes. Then why it is interested more there? Because even though it is passing through China 80%, but the water source which is present in the Brahmaputra, 80% it belongs to India and Bangladesh. So in coming days, there will be the lack of or water availability, it will get reduced. So if it is controlling the Arunachal Pradesh, all these areas, so it will be controlling the water. So this China, it is playing the Arunachal Pradesh card. Why? It wants to control the water. It is not the Arunachal Pradesh land. It is with respect to the water. The major reason behind controlling the Arunachal Pradesh is the water. So are you linking the geography with the geopolitics? Getting it? So geography is not only related to these factors, it is also somewhere related to the geopolitics as well. Fine. So this type of questions will be asked in your means as well. Getting? Russia-Ukraine war. What was the reason for Russia-Ukraine war? Huh? Sorry? Yes. काय होता reason? NATO? Expansion of NATO. This is one of the reason. Oil and resources. It wanted the complete control over the Black Sea. Direct access to the Black Sea. It wanted to control the complete Black Sea. So what it is doing? It is trying to control the trade which is passing through the Black Sea. Yes. Anyhow, it has good relationship with Turkey. Okay. The passage to the Mediterranean Sea, it passes from the Turkey. But again, Turkey's and Russia's relations are very good. But what about the Ukraine? It has a large coastline along the Black Sea, so it want to control the Black Sea. So it was one of the reasons. So is the geography coming in the politics? Geopolitics? Yes. So try to understand how we are linking the topic called as geography with the different aspects. Getting it? Yes. So you need to understand the current events again, but for that, you need to understand the different concepts of the geography. Concepts of the geography. Getting? So see, practical applications of geography. See how the earthquakes are taking place. Understand that we have to build the dams. How the people are being affected due to the geographical conditions. Cold waves, heat waves. Will the people will be affected? Yes. Somewhere if there is a drought, there will be the lack of food grain. Is the geographical factor affecting the humans? Yes. So it is the all practical actions. So again, it is the trade again. Fine. Everything is related. Geography, you can relate with most of the aspects of the human activities or whatever it is happening in the globe, you can relate it with that. Fine. Now how to study? So whenever you start your preparation for the geography, don't focus on mugging up the things. What we generally do, we try to mug up where the Andes will be there, isn't it? In which continent is the Andes? In which continent the Rockies are there? Where the Alps are located? Through which states the Himalayas passes, isn't it? असंच करतो ना आपण शाळेमध्ये पण आणि कॉलेजमध्ये पण मोस्टली असंच केलं ना अभ्यास. बट अंडरस्टँड वन थिंग, it is geography. We are reading, we are studying geography for the UPSC exam, where you need to understand the concepts. Don't just see what do you understand by plate tectonics. फक्त याच्यामध्ये हे बघायचं नाही की प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स म्हणजे काय. Don't just study where the mountain ranges are present, whether it is the block mountain or the fold mountains. Now, why we need to focus on the concepts? One thing I will tell you. See, one thing. If you understand the plate tectonics, different types of plate boundaries, if you understand that, you will understand why the location of these continents are there now, and what will happen after few million years from now. जे काय कॉन्टिनेंट्स आहेत, डाव्या बाजूला जर काही चालू केला, मॅप जर ओपन केला तुम्ही, ठीक आहे, याच्यामध्ये नाहीये तरी पण इकडच्या बाजूला तुमचा नॉर्थ अमेरिका आहे, इकडे साऊथ अमेरिका आहे, हा आफ्रिका आहे, इथं युरोप आहे, दिस इज एशिया, साऊथ ईस्ट एशिया, हिअर इज द अटलांटिक, सॉरी ऑस्ट्रेलिया and Antarctica, isn't it? Now this location, why it is in this way only, why the shape of the Atlantic Ocean is in yes only, when you will understand, you will understand the plate tectonics theory. So which type of mountains they are present at what locations, you will understand with the help of the plate tectonics. You don't have to mug up. तुम्हाला ह्या सगळ्या गोष्टी ऑटोमॅटिकली जमतील कधी, वन्स यू अंडरस्टँड द प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स. सांगायची पण गरज नाही इथं हे फोल्ड माउंटन्स आहेत की ब्लॉक माउंटन्स आहेत, तुम्हाला मी सांगायची गरज लागणार नाही. मग इथं वोल्कॅनो होतील काय नाही हे पण तुम्ही स्वतः सांगाल का. तुम्हाला फक्त एक गोष्ट लक्षात ठेवायची किंवा समजून घ्यायचे, दॅट इज द प्लेट टेक्टॉनिक्स. सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टँड फर्स्ट, ओनली द थिंग इज दॅट first understand what is plate tectonics, how the plate tectonics take place, what exactly mean by plate tectonics. Once you understand that, you will understand what is the location of the continents and why it is there. You will understand what are the different types of mountain regions present in the different continents and why their location is in that region only. Why the earthquake takes place majorly in this region only. In India, if you see, the major earthquakes, they are taking place in Himalayan region. Then why only in Himalayan region? Why not in the interior part of India? कधी ऐकले का खूप मेजर अर्थक्वेक झालेला आहे खालच्या बाजूला, एक्सेप्ट द लातूर or the Bhuj earthquake? Have you ever heard about why the earthquakes are taking place majorly here only in the Himalayan region, not why in the peninsular part of India? So you yourself will tell why the earthquakes are present here only, or why the frequent earthquakes will be present in this region only, why the volcanoes will be present here only. You'll be able to tell that. Why here plains are there, why here plateaus are there, that you don't have to mug up. तुम्हाला त्याची पाठ करायची गरज लागणार नाही. आपण काय करतो, एनसीईआरटी काढतो, वी स्टार्ट टू रीड एनसीईआरटी and we try to mug it up. This is here and what are the reasons for presence of this here. म्हणजे हिमालयन रिजन मध्ये हे असं का होतंय हे पाठ करतो आपण. बट डोंट एव्हर रिमेंबर दिस, कारण युपीएससी काय पाठ करून होणार नाहीये, लक्षात घ्या. पाठ करून होणार नाही, ती समजून होणार आहे. सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टँड द कॉन्सेप्ट ओनली. सो व्हॉट डू अंडरस्टँड बाय अर्थक्वेक? जस्ट ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड व्हॉट इज अर्थक्वेक. तुम्हाला अर्थक्वेक एकदा कळाला, तो का होतो हे कळाला ना, तुम्ही सांगू शकता भारतामध्ये इथंच का अर्थक्वेक होऊ शकतो, इथं का होऊ शकत नाही. आपले इंडियाचे मॅप्स असतात बघा, ॲटलस बघितलं असेल तुम्ही शाळेमध्ये असताना. सो ऍट द एंड ऑफ द ॲटलस यू विल सी सम ऑफ द मॅप्स वेअर यू विल सी द डिफरंट झोन्स ऑफ earthquake zones, zonation we say, isn't it? मग ते कशावरून कळालं इथं जास्त अर्थक्वेक होतील किंवा इट इज लोकेटेड इन द झोन 5, इट इज लोकेटेड इन द झोन 4 or 3, 2, 1. Why? Because by studying all these factors, you will understand where the major earthquake will take place. Why we stopped construction of the dams in the Himalayas? Because we understood that there, if you build the dams, the people will be affected, or in the near future there can be such events that will lead to disaster. That's why you are planning in that way. So you need to focus on the concept. So why the winds are blowing from east to west or from west to east? Try to understand that. So we say the deflection of the winds is taking place, isn't it? The winds are being deflected. Then why it is happening? Why it is happening? You need to understand that. So focus on those concepts rather than mugging it up. पाठांतर करू नका. पाठांतर करून तुम्हाला geography समजणार नाही. Fine. So first thing what you need to do, focus on the concept. Second, you need to study geography with the help of the maps. With the help of the maps. So one thing I want to make it here clear, that whenever you come to my lecture, atlas is compulsory from the first day. So when you come in the second year's lectures, when the geography will start, so one thing that atlas is compulsory in my class, because you can't understand most of the concepts, most of the things in geography if you don't have atlas. If you don't have the atlas, you can buy this atlas, Oxford Atlas for India. Don't use the school atlas, use the student atlas. Fine. So you can use this atlas. It is sufficient for the GS purpose, not for the optional purpose. We are discussing here the GS things, and this is sufficient for your GS preparation. So you need to prepare all this through the maps. So when you are studying something, so the wind system, if you're studying, how you will study the wind system? By looking what is happening, which winds are blowing in which region. That will help you to understand what will be the climatic conditions over here, what will be the rainfall pattern over here, why the rainfall will be more at a particular location, and why there will be less rainfall at a particular location. So how the winds are being diverted, how the winds are being deflected from one place to the another, that you will easily understand with the help of the maps. Why this is happening in this region only, that you will understand with the help of the maps. So one thing, if you are understanding it, you will understand the related things. Once you understand the rainfall, आता मला सांगा, कोकणच्या पट्ट्यामध्ये पाऊस कसा पडतो? No, I'm asking how much amount we are getting the rain in the Konkan region. Heavy rainfall. So can we say where the heavy rainfall is there the evergreen forest will be there? Yes. But as you go in the interior parts of Maharashtra or India, can you see evergreen forest over there? No. What is happening? Evergreen forest, deciduous forest, grasslands, and the thorny forest. Can you see in this way? Who is from interior part of Maharashtra? Solapur region वगैरह. Which region? Solapur. Can you see there evergreen forest? If you see on the eastern part of the Solapur region, the forest type will be different as that of the on the western type. It will be morely greenery. On the eastern part, it will be dry. Just compare, because you will understand this with the help of the winds, blowing of the winds or the monsoon winds. So you are understanding the monsoon winds, but along with that, you are understanding the rainfall pattern. But along with that rainfall pattern, you are understanding the forest areas. But this rainfall pattern will affect your human activities as well. Yes. Will this rainfall pattern will affect the agriculture system over there? Yes. So it is the correlating of the things. So that connecting dots are there, we have to connect it. So those dots, once you understand this concept in this topic, you will understand the other things which are interrelated. So the understanding of the concepts is necessary, and for that reason, you need some maps. Fine. And once you are done with that, whenever you read the current affairs, you have to again see the geographical aspects of that location. Russia-Ukraine crisis, okay, fine. Russia-Ukraine war was there. We majorly see it from the geopolitical point of view, from the politics or international relations point of view. But the UPSC has asked last year, this year itself, which are the countries surrounding the Ukraine. So have they asked geography? They have asked the geography. So surrounding regions. So you have to see the current affairs as well. So whenever you are reading the current affairs, so you may read any newspaper. So when you are reading the newspaper, try to keep your atlas open. So anything, if you are seeing the location on the earth or with respect to India, just try to see where is that location. Where is that location? Just mark it, just highlight it there. Don't make a note of it right now. Just highlight it there. So with the help of this, what you're doing? You're doing the world map thoroughly. Fine. So you have to focus on these three things right now. So from the basic concepts, atlas, and from the newspaper. Fine. Any doubts? Any doubts, Aika? Any doubts? You can ask the doubts. Online, any doubts? Online students? Yes, online students, any doubts? Shall we move further? Yes. समजतंय ना? समजतंय? काय जर समजत नसेल तर परत विचारा, परत एक्सप्लेन करू आपण. ठीक आहे? We'll see the syllabus. Prelim syllabus. This much is only the prelim syllabus. How much? It is only one line syllabus for the UPSC prelims. Only one liner syllabus. So now the two things are very much important here. Indian geography, world geography. Mention sir. Indian geography and the world geography. Now first point is the physical geography. First point is the physical geography. But now what exactly do we study in physical geography? So first is the geomorphology. Geomorphology. What is geomorphology now? Actually, what is geomorphology? What is the geomorphology? So what is present in the interior of the earth? What is present in the interior of the earth? So how the earthquakes are taking place? So what exactly is the plate tectonics? Yes, what are the different theories again with respect to that? So what is sea floor spreading? So all these things you will be studying with respect to the physical geography in the geomorphology. And when we are discussing the geomorphology, we will be discussing about the plateaus, we will be discussing about the plains, we will be also discussing about your different mountains, mountain systems. Fine. So that you will discuss in the geomorphology, interior of the earth and all these things. Next, we'll be discussing climatology. 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 Climate, different factors of the climate. So what is the temperature, how the winds are blowing, how not the winds only on the surface of the earth, but also above the earth, in the upper atmosphere. What is the temperature or the layers of the atmosphere, not the earth, your atmosphere. So do we have layers? Yes. How these layers are important for the human activities, how the precipitation takes place, how the cloud formation is taking place. So how we get the rainfall. You'll be discussing all these things. Why this locate or this rainfall you are getting at some place very high, some place you don't get rainfall at all, and that you are linking somewhere to the geology factors. Yes. So that you will be discussing why the deserts are present only here, Why the Amazon forest is completely green? Yes. So you need to understand that. Climatology, again, what you will be discussing? Yes, different climatic regions of the world. Tropical region, we'll see the different Mediterranean type of climatic conditions, monsoon type of climatic conditions. We will discuss about the taiga, tundra, yes, polar region, everything we are going to discuss in this climatology. Yes. After we'll be discussing about the oceanography. Oceanography. Oceanography means study of the oceans, study of oceans. So how the oceans were formed? So what are the different types of currents? Have you heard about tides, currents? Yes, waves and all these things. Yes. What are the different types of currents? Warm current, cold current. We'll be discussing about that. How it is affecting the local areas, conditions. Yes. How they are moving. Yes. What is its impact? We'll be discussing about them. So what are the different resources, minerals, or we can say minerals present in the oceans? We'll be discussing about the coral reefs. Coral reefs. काय असतात coral reefs? कोरल रिफ्स ऐकलंय? येस, काय असतात? हा, सॉरी, the cleansing ocean. Okay, fine. It is one of the their ecosystem services. Fine. Organisms. मराठीमध्ये काय म्हणतो कोरल्सला? हा, एनीवन? जिंदगी ना मिलेगी दोबारा पिक्चर बघितलाय नाही? डीप सी डायव्हिंग कधी बघितलंय का टीव्ही वरती? येस. काय बघतात ते खाली जाऊन? असं रंगीत रंगीत काहीतरी दिसतात ना, की दगड वगैरे असतात, काहीतरी असतात. Those are nothing but your coral reefs. They're the coral reefs. Fine. So how they are formed? What is their roles? Where they are located? How they have been? What are the different theories of their formation? We'll be discussing that. How this climate change is impacting your coral reefs. We'll be also discussing in the oceanography itself. Fine. That is with respect to the oceanography. Again, with respect to oceanography, what is the temperature? So as we move from the equator towards the polar region, how the temperature goes on changing. So how the salinity goes on changing. It's not only on the surface, but also from top to bottom. As you go from the top to the bottom, the salinity goes on changing. The temperature goes on changing. And what are the different factors which are affecting its salinity? Yes. Along with that, we will be discussing about the tides. So what are tides? Waves? Are waves and tides same? No. Then what are tides? मराठीमध्ये काय म्हणतो त्याला आपण? भरती ओहोटी. Yes. So what are the tides? How they have been formed? How it is affecting the coastal areas? That we'll be discussing again. So again, you will be discussing here the tsunamis as well. Yes. Why the tsunamis are being formed? Yes. Again, you will be discussing about the cyclones, anticyclones, and all these things. Fine. Which will be relating to some topic of the oceanography. After this, we will be discussing the biogeography. Biogeography is nothing but the environment. Now here you can't separate geography from environment. Why? Because most of the concepts, if you understand in geography, it is easy to understand the climatic conditions. Fine. So that's why you need to study here biogeography again in this part. Fine. After this, social geography, social aspects, the population and all these things, poverty, hunger, all these things, even though it is the part of your society, you have to study in the geography as well. Yes, you have to study in the geography as well. Social conditions, how the people are staying. Say, for example, can we say in India, we have diverse type of climatic conditions. Yes. So can you say this climatic conditions is affecting the social aspects of the humans? See the food habit of the South Indian people. See the food habit of our people or the in the central part of India, and see the people who are staying in the northern part of India. Is it same or different? Different. So why it is? It is because of your geography is affecting your social factors. So what will be the different types of agriculture system? So what they will grow, what is their food habit and all these things, that will depend on the geographical aspects. Fine. After that, you will see in the economic geography of India and the world as well. So economic geography means where the mines are located. Yes. Economic geography, where the mines are being located. Minerals, where you will get the minerals. That is again a basic understanding of the geomorphology or the plateaus. Once you understand the plateaus, the mountains and all these things, you will understand where you will get what type of minerals, different minerals. Fine. So again, you will understand the agriculture activities, how they are taking place in a particular region. In the coastal areas, what will be the agriculture? If you come little inside, what will be the agriculture practices they are following? How the agriculture practices are being done in the interior part of India? What will be there on the islands? How it will be in the Himalayan region or the mountainous region? Because agriculture is again impacted by the climatic conditions. Yes. Yes. So that is there. Again, you will see the industrial locations. Industrial locations. So why only this particular type of industry is located here? You'll understand that. Why the iron and steel industry is located near to the mines? Why not they're located in Mumbai? Or if you see the oil refineries mostly they are located near to the market, not where the refineries are or the where the oil fields are there. Oil fields are there. You won't see the refineries over there. Why? Transportation. Anything else? Easily accessible. See, say for example, this is your India or peninsular part of India. So it is the Mumbai High over here. Or you have the KG basin over here. But your refineries will be away from this region. Why?
Market.
Not weight gaining. Already your raw material is weight gain. It is heavy. Then why can't you locate it here only? Your transportation cost will be safety, no? So she's saying it is located near to the market. Near to the market, you have more population than to this region. Yes. One thing. Have we understood about the amount or the quantity of the resources present with the help of geography? Have you understood? Yes. Once we study the geography, you will understand how many resources or the geology, how many resources or how much amount of resources is present here, or somewhere else. Understood? Okay, fine. Will ore or the oil fields will last forever? Will they last forever? No. What will happen? After 50 years, 60 years, what will happen with respect to that? Will exhaust. If you suppose, if you build a oil refinery here, then what is the use of this oil refinery after 50, 60 years? It will be useless. So what you need to do, you need to establish the industries where they are market, where we have the market or where we have ports. Yes. Why? Because if it is near ports, you can bring the oil from across the world, crude oil, and you can process and you can distribute it in the market. First thing. Or if it is located at some port region, again you can import it from the other regions and you can refine it there and you can distribute. Fine. So in this way, you have different industries which are located at different places. Sugar industry. Why only most of the sugar industries, they're located in southern part of India, in the peninsular part of India? Why cotton industry is located in the so-called textile industry is located in the Mumbai, even though your cotton growing region, it is in the central or the eastern part of Maharashtra? You need to understand that. So what are the different factors affecting this industrial location? We will be discussing that. Yes. So different economic activities which are taking place, that you will be understanding, or we will be discussing that in the economic geography of India and the world. Here you will be understanding again the transportation, roadways, railways, waterways, airways. So why they are located there only? Why not here and there? Yes. No? Where the dams are been located, where the hydroelectricity has been generated. What are the different again types of energy? We have geothermal energy, we have tidal energy. Yes, different energy sources where we will be getting that. We'll be discussing that in the economic geography. Fine. जरी हे एका वाक्यामध्ये सिलेबस असला तरी काय आहे, खूप सारा आहे, खूप वास्ट आहे. आणि see, and whatever we are discussing here, you have to do it from the current affairs as well. Fine. So only the thing is that we have to clear our concepts. That concepts has to be cleared. Once you understand the concept, बऱ्याच जणांना भीती वाटते जॉग्राफीची. आहेत का कुणी ते जॉग्राफीची भीती वाटणार आहे? असतात माहित आहे. ठीक. सी 1 2 3. So one thing I will tell you short. Once the classes are done, you won't feel afraid of geography. Every concept will be cleared here in the class itself. That is my guarantee. But I want one more guarantee from your side, that whatever I'll be teaching here, you will go and revise it at home. ओके. नाहीतर असं नको की इथं शिकवतात सर, ठीक आहे, एवढंच आम्ही डोक्यात घेणार आणि घरी जाणार. घरी जाऊन मग आपला पण हाय बाकीचा कॉलेजचा अभ्यास आहे, दंगा धुडकूस मित्रांच्यावर. आय कॅन अंडरस्टँड दॅट यू आर स्टिल इन कॉलेज, you have other engagements as well, but try to give at least 1.5 or 2 hours per day for your preparation. That will help you to smoothly prepare for this exam. So you will understand what is the approach for this exam. Fine, you need to understand that. That will take little more time. That, and you are lucky enough that you are getting the access for the classes in the college days itself. When we were studying, during that time no YouTube was there. At least actually we had the basic phones. तो बटनाचा फोन असायचा ना, Samsung Guru and all these things. Okay, we used that mobiles. We used that kind of mobiles. So what we used to do, if we need anything, if we have to search anything online, what we used to do whenever we are studying, we had prepared a separate book for it. We used to note down the points, and once in a week we used to go for the cyber cafe to search all the things, that too only for 1 hour, because we have to pay 15-20 rupees for that 1 hour. ही परिस्थिती होती आमच्या घरात. तुमच्या आता तर काय 24 hours you can use the internet. Means 1 GB, 1.5 GB, 2 GB per day you are getting that much amount of data. But during our time, when the smartphone came, we need to use that 1 GB data for whole 1 month. एका महिन्यासाठी तो 1 GB डाटा आम्हाला पुरवायचा होता. हे असे दिवस होते आमचे. आणि त्यावेळेला we used to refer more and more books. That you are lucky enough that you are getting lot of sources. Fine. No, you are lucky that you have got good teachers, you have got good mentors over here. Fine. So understood this? Yes. Any doubts in the prelim syllabus? कुणाला समजलं नाही असं आहे का काही? Yes. Last part of this is the mains syllabus. We have discussed in the prelims part, you have to discuss here itself. So we have to see all these things here itself. So this is little bit elaborated as compared to your prelims. But whatever we have discussed in the prelims, The same thing it is given here, a little elaborated form. So salient features of world physical geography, which includes your India as well. India. So we have seen the physical geography. What exactly is the physical geography? In the physical geography, in the world geography, or any geography, if you take, you have two parts. One is the physical geography and one is your human geography. What is your human geography? How the settlement is taking place. Say for example, now metro has started in Pune, or it will start after 2-3 years again, fully functional. But how that will impact the human geography again? How that will impact your industrial location? That is one more thing. So what you need to understand how the physical geography is. So whatever we have discussed, the geomorphology, we have discussed the oceanography, we have discussed again climatology, biogeography, that comes under your physical geography with respect to the world as well as with respect to India. That we have to discuss. Then distribution of key natural resource across the world. Across the world means which are the different minerals or resources which are present across the world. So UPSC has not asked yet the question on this, but they have started to ask the questions from India. They have started to focus on South Asia and Indian subcontinent. So major focus, see, they have specifically mentioned, including South Asia and the Indian subcontinents. So UPSC is morely focusing on India and its surrounding countries or South Asian countries. South Asian countries. So mostly the questions will be asked on Indian subcontinent. Fine. The next is the factor responsible for location of the primary, secondary, and tertiary sector industries in various parts of the world. So again, if you understand the minerals, the different physiographic regions, the climatic pattern, the oceanography, all this, if you understand, you'll easily understand the location or why they are present, why this industry is located here. So just now we have seen example of the oil refineries, isn't it? Which is the largest oil refinery in world? It's in India. Reliance. What is the name? Jamnagar. Jamnagar in Gujarat, which belongs to Reliance. It is the world's largest oil refinery. It is the largest oil refinery in the world. So it is the Jamnagar. Fine. Why it is present at a particular place only? Why this industry is located at a particular place? So what are the factors responsible for that? Whether it is the resources, natural resources, whether it is the climatic conditions, whether it is the market, whether it is the soil, whether it is the availability of the water or the energy or the labor. So there are the different factors which are responsible for the location of a particular industry at a particular place. So that we need to discuss. Fine. So next, important geophysical phenomena such as earthquakes. So why these earthquakes are taking place here? So in the geomorphology, plate tectonics, you understand the earthquakes, tsunami, then activity, cyclones, etc. And this you have to relate somewhere to the current affairs. Geographical features and their location change critical geography. Now changes in their physical features or the physical form, we can say. Now the height of the Himalayas is more than 8,000 meters, isn't it? It is more than 8,000 meters, means more than 8 kilometers. But what is the average height of Aravallis? 1,800 to 2,000 meters, not more than that. Yes, yes. But you can't imagine that Aravallis were once the height of Himalayas. अरावली जे काही पर्वतरांगा आहेत आत्ताची त्यांची हाईट एकेकाळी हिमालयाची जेवढी हाईट आहे आता तेवढी होती. बट इज इट्स फॉर्म चेंज is it been reduced to its height? So what are the reasons for that? You need to understand. So you have the glaciers in the Himalayan region, in the polar region. Their size is becoming smaller and smaller. Why it is happening, and what will be the impact? It is not only the impact on the ocean, but other impacts also. You need to understand that. Fine. Different dimensions we have to cover. Then flora and fauna and the effects of such changes. Such changes. Flora and fauna means biodiversity. That means environment. We have to discuss that again. Fine. So this is your main syllabus. Looks very small. काल पॉलिटी झालं ना, ऑलरेडी सिलेबस एवढा होता ना, हा खूप छोटा दिसतो. But if you compare it with quality as well, the same thing you have to study. Right? Now, just few things, one more before discussing the reference book. See, some part of your GS3 will be covered in the geography itself, the disaster management part, because in the disaster management, what we discuss, the climate change, earthquakes, yes, floods, droughts, heat waves, and all these things. You will be discussing those things again in the, don't write the reference book, just listen first. मी सांगेल तेव्हा लिहून घ्या. अजून भरपूर टाइम आहे आपल्याकडे. Still we have 25 minutes. Don't worry. Okay. So some of the part in the GS3 will be overlap in the GS1, or whatever you will be studying in the geography. Some part of your GS3 means syllabus will be covered here. Environment, most of the part will be covered here itself. Disaster management will be covered here. Fine. Again, some part of your agriculture, it will be covered while preparing for this geography itself. So overlapping things will be there. So you have to link these topics and you have to study. But as well also will keep the questions which are asked in the GS3. You may feel that this is the geography question they have asked in GS3. Some questions in the GS1, you will feel it is the part of GS3 why they have asked here. So it is because of the overlapping. Fine. So that is, the syllabus is little bit overlapping. Fine. Now coming to the reference book. So the most 4 important NCERTs. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 11th standard fundamentals of physical geography, India geography. This is completely physical geography of India and the world. So whenever, if you want to start reading, prepare now. First read fundamentals of the physical geography. Because whatever you will be reading in the fundamentals of physical geography, you have to physical geography. Fine. So you need to understand first the physical geography, fundamentals of physical geography, the basic things of the geography. Then it can be applied to India physical geography. Second, so these are the 2 books, 11th standard. These 2 books are sufficient for the physical geography, that is world as well as India. Next, fundamentals of human geography. Fundamentals of human geography. This is again the human geography part where you will be reading the different human aspects or the human geography part. In this book, it is the 12th standard book. And lastly, India, people and economy. India, people and economy. So again, it is also the human geography of India. Geography of India. India, people and economy. The name is different. Just it is not mentioned about the human geography, but it is the human geography of India. So how the settlement is, where the settlement is there, why that type of settlement is present over there only, what type of industries we have, what is the agriculture pattern in India, what are the different types of crops grown in India, what are the crops, rainfall pattern you will study in the physical geography. Okay. So agriculture, industries, and all these things, ports, transportation activities, all this will be covered in these 2 NCERTs. Fine. And whatever the notes will be given in the class, those notes are completely sufficient. Whatever the reference book you need, I'll be telling that during the class, not now. So those who want to study or start your preparation right now in the first year itself, you can start with this NCERT. Not at all sufficient. First thing, no NCERTs are sufficient for your exam. First thing I will tell you, no NCERTs are sufficient for your exam. Then why NCERTs? Basics. The first important thing is that it is the government book. No one can challenge this book. So whatever it is mentioned in this book, it is authentic. If in some reference book it is something else than the NCERT, NCERT will be valid because it is prepared by government. So no one can challenge these books. First. Secondly, basics means your concepts. All the concepts, they are defined in a simple language which can be understood by the college students or the school students easily. In that language, they have explained it in this NCERTs. That's why we need to read this book. But you need to develop the vocabulary of that particular subject. Each and every subject, it has its own vocabulary. That means its own language. When you're writing the mains answer, that vocabulary has to be used. That language of that particular subject has to be used. नाहीतर असं नाही होणार की जे आपण कट्ट्यावर बसून गप्पा मारतोय त्या भाषेमध्ये आन्सर लिहिलो आणि मला चांगले मार्क पडतील. सगळं तर एक्सप्लेन केलंय पण मला मार्क का नाही पडत? That is the problem. Fine. So this NCERTs will help you to clear your basic concepts. Second, that will help you to develop your vocabulary. But the thing is that not at all sufficient. I'll be very frank with you, not at all sufficient. You need to read some another sources, the notes which will be provided by us in the class itself. You have to refer them, and whatever the other books which you have to read, I won't be telling you that. नाहीतर मुलं काय करतात, हे NCERT ठेवतात आणि बाकीचे ते रेफरन्स बुक घेऊन बसतात मग. Not at all necessary. Not at all necessary. Fine. Yeah. And आतापासून सवय लावा न्यूजपेपर वाचायची. Start to read the newspaper again. Start to read from now itself. So it won't be difficult for you when you start your actual preparation, the full-time preparation. Fine. Now your questions and answers. मी थोडं लवकर संपवलंय कारण तुमचे क्वेश्चन्स मला घ्यायचे आहेत. Vichara. See, one thing I will tell you, many of the people or students will be shy to ask the questions. They will wait outside of the class and they will ask the questions over there. One thing, you are going to become an IAS officer, IPS officer, some another services. You have to talk in front of thousands of people. So this is the right time to develop that quality. So now ask the questions. See, if it is geography is difficult for you, you can refer 6 to 10th. If geography is not able to understand, or you are not able to understand the geography easily, then you can refer 6 to 10th. Or all the concepts, I will guarantee you that once our classes are done, in the second year, once the classes are done, I will guarantee you that the 6 to 10th standard NCERTs will be only 1 week of time. How much? Only 1 week of time. 5 books you will read only in period of 1 week. For that reading of that 6 books, 5 books, you will take at least 20-25 days or 1 month. But once our classes are done, I will guarantee, I will assure you that that 5 books will be completed within 1 week. Some of the students, they won't be needing to read that book itself. तुम्हाला गरज पण लागणार नाही. कधी कधी बरेचसे स्टुडंट्स असे असतील की त्यांना ती गरज पण लागणार नाही. Because all the concepts will be cleared in the class itself. And if you see the 9th standard, 10th standard NCERT books, it is nothing but the repetition of these books. But they are very basic in nature. Only little of the topics are been covered. Only basic things are been covered. But all the syllabus, it will be covered in this 4 NCERTs. Any other? ज्यांना डिफिकल्ट जातं जॉग्राफी त्यांनी वाचून घ्यायचा, हरकत नाहीये. पण क्लासमध्ये सगळे तुमच्या कॉन्सेप्ट क्लिअर होतील. दॅट आय एम अश्युरिंग यू. येस, नेक्स्ट. मागून क्वेश्चन्स काहीतरी येऊ द्यात. बोर झाला मागे? या, एनी क्वेश्चन्स फ्रॉम बी? नो क्वेश्चन्स? Online, any questions? Online students? If no questions, shall we stop? Or do you need anything more from my side? No? Okay, fine. We'll stop it here. So we will meet probably in the second year of your classes. Fine? Yeah, thank you.